Hi there, stampers and crafters. My name is Tami White from stampwithtami.com, and welcome to my online class. Today we are going to be making Easter treat boxes, little chocolate bunny boxes. I've got 3 different designs, and I've got a bunch of different variations of each. They're actually good for more than just Easter, but with Easter, the Easter holiday coming up, I've been asked a lot for Easter favors and goodie bags. So this is going to be perfect for the kids, the grandkids, the classroom. They're going to be so much fun. You guys are going to love how easy they are to make. And you can make one, you can make all 3. You're going to love it. So welcome aboard. I am broadcasting live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter on my Stamp with Tami channels. And you may be watching the replay. Welcome to the replay. And if you're not a regular subscriber, be sure to hit that subscribe button and that like button. And let Facebook and YouTube know you like this and you want to see more of these classes. I do these classes once a week. I love to be able to share what I love and what I do. I'm going to bounce down to the table and just give you a little preview at what we're actually doing while you guys are bouncing on. So we've got 3 different ones. This is this is a little bunny holder here that I put little bunny chocolates in. These little bunnies are from the Russell Stover collection. I got all the chocolates at CVS, but on my blog there's a link, and there is hot links to all of the chocolates that I'm showing on Amazon in case you can't find them at your local CVS or Walmart. So they're pretty easy to find. Today is also my Stamp It Demonstrator Group's blog hop. And what that means is, in addition to all these projects that I'm sharing today, you will also be able to enter to win our giveaway. All of my giveaways are free. And sometimes they're different entries. Sometimes they're a video. Leave a comment on the video entry. In this particular case, it is leave a comment on the blog hop post. Now, you can get to the blog hop post by clicking on the link in this video's description, or go to stampwithtami.com. Or if you are watching this on the big screen, you can zap that QR code with your phone, and that will bring you there too. And the other reason why you want to go there, in addition to taking the blog hop tour, entering to win our giveaway, is I have a free PDF there with all of the instructions and measurements. Measurements are going to be good. So you're going to want those, and you can download those on the same project page. All of my classes have their own project page, and I link directly to them in the video. So if you want to get there quick and easy without having to use a search feature, just go to, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube or Twitter, wherever you are, go to click expand on the description, and you'll find the direct link right there. So with that, let's get started making some Easter treats. You'll notice in some of these, most of them say Happy Easter just because it was an Easter class that I was putting together, but these do not have to be for Easter. I put a couple together for birthdays, and you can put other little chocolates in there. This one was to celebrate you. And these are mostly Happy Easter. These are a whole in color collection. I'll show you that in a minute. But then I made one for baby showers. Welcome little one. And I've got this little lint ladybug chocolates in there. So lots of cute little ideas that you can do with them. I used Stampin' Up's Celebrating You stamp set. So this kind of covers all occasions. Oftentimes I get asked, where do I start? I want to start crafting. I don't know what I need to get started. This is a great stamp set to start with because it's all occasions. We've got birthday, Father's Day, Mother's Day. Celebrating You can go for many different occasions. And then we've got anniversaries in there. Happily Ever After for those showers, weddings, and other occasions where you want to happily ever after. We got Thanks, Congrats, and Easter. So all occasions in one set. So pretty much everything I did, I used that stamp set because I could kind of cover all the bases with it. All right, so the first one I wanted to make was, I'm going to go with the in color one. This is probably, they're all super easy. You guys can let me know which one you think is the easiest and which one you think is your favorite. But these I made with the 2022 in color collection, 2022-24 in color collection. I'll put it together. I put it together with the supplies I use there. So I did one in each of the colors. And the reason why I went with this color scheme was because when I picked up the Russell Stover baby bunny collection, the little baby bunnies here, and I got these at CVS. When I picked them up, the colors in there reminded me of of our In Color collection. I was like, oh, how adorable would that be? So basically, I took designer series paper and matched it with the cardstock. I love that everything matches, right? It's so awesome. And this is the Carrying Over In Color collection. If you guys are familiar with Stampin' Up, you know we retire 5 In Colors every year. These are not the ones that are going. These are the ones that are carrying over. But 5 new ones will be coming very soon. Stay tuned. And then matching embellishments, ribbons, everything. So everything matched in these colors. So I've got all these cute little guys. I should also mention that if you're new, I have a lot of information about this on my stampwithtami.com blog, but also you can purchase all of these supplies that I'm using. You could use what you have on hand to make anything that I'm doing here. You can use cardstock, designer series paper, but if you love these colors, which they are super cute, and I love how they go together, and I did use the little Lindt chocolate ladybug for the sweet sorbet one. You can purchase all of that. And I have all of that information on everything that I used that I'm going to be sharing today on that free PDF, as well as your measurements. So don't forget to download that. I put these together with every video as well to help you guys. And also I have the chocolates that I used. You can use any kind of chocolates with these. Really anything that fits. And you can also modify these size-wise. Okay, so we're going to start with these little bunny treat holders. I've just pre-stamped. I pre-cut the tag. This tag came from the Pillow Box dies. I'll show it to you. I'm going to use it in a minute in the next project as well. But I used this little tag because it was little, and these are little guys. So like these, if you're doing them for your table favors, or you're giving them to a bunch of people at work, or the kids at school, or whatever, you want to make a bunch of little ones. I wanted to be able to put a little tag on there, and this one was just the right size. So I am going to make the example. This color is Tahitian Tide. And I'm going to start this one super, super easy. Not like I said, they're all super easy. Let me put these guys up top here. I'm going to start with just scoring. So this one, we got an 8x2. Again, you don't really need to memorize any of these measurements because they're all on that PDF. And we're going to score it at, forgive me, got to get those cheaters out. Anybody else got their cheaters on this morning? Lisa, that is a really good question. She says, how do you make all of these without eating all of the bunnies? I don't, actually. You might want to buy some extra bunnies. Just saying. It's really hard. That's a really hard thing to do. And so the measurements here are 8x2, and I'm going to score it on the long side, 2 3/4 and 4 1/4. Again, if you had bigger chocolates, you could just make this a little bit bigger and do the same exact style here for these. Okay. So I just used a paper trimmer scorer there, and then we're going to want to burnish those score lines. Make sure they're nice and tight. All right, so we've got our, I don't know if I cut that right. Let me just double check it. We've got our measurements done there. They say 2x8. Oh, yeah, so I didn't pre-cut mine. Oh, I did pre-cut it. But I want it actually shorter than that. Yeah, this is too long. I should probably fix that. Let's go 2x5. Let's see, box space. Oh, yeah, I've got 2x8, but I really want it to be 2x5. No biggie here. Just cut off the extra because you can use that for other stuff. I will update the PDF because the PDF does say 8. I will update it after the video. 5x2. Again, not a big deal. Super easy to cut that off. And I'm going to actually use the punch to trim this off anyways. So that measurement really isn't a big one. Okay. Tina, all right. I'm not the only one out there with my cheaters on. She's watching this with her cheaters. I know, that's why I want you to too. I got to have them on. Got to be able to see what's happening, right? All right, so I've got the Label Me Lovely punch is what I'm using. I'm going to show you a cool little trick with this Label Me Lovely punch. That's kind of fun to say fast early in the morning. I want to use it as a decorative edge. I'm not actually punching the label out. I just want to use it, that pretty edge there. So I'm just going to tuck the paper in only in the top, right? So I'm not putting it through the hole punch. I'm just sliding it in so only the top edge is lined up there. And then we're going to punch that. And then I'm going to flip it and do the same thing on the bottom. So I have the matching edge on the bottom. Just slide that bottom in. And I put the first scallop part right on that score line. You could do it differently if you wanted to, and you could use throw that around. You could use edgelets or other punches as well. Like I said, you can use any supplies that you have on hand, but I'll list what I'm using in case you fell in love with that design and you wanted to use it. They are available in my online store. Okay, so that's the fold. And then we just want to cut a matching edge for the designer paper. So I'm just going to slide that in, center it. Boom. All right, that's the Label Me Lovely punch is what I used there. So then we've just got our tag, which is pre-cut here, and some designer paper. I'm just going to take some, I'm just using regular seal for this. These were super easy ones. I was just, thinking quick, easy little table favors or favors that I was going to give to a lot of people. And I was going to make a whole bunch of them. There you go. Mandy learned her one trick for the day. You got to learn something new every day. She learned her one thing today, and now she's good for the rest of the day. You could take it easy. Yeah, it is a fun way to use the punches, just to get a little something extra out of them to use them for that edgelet top. And then you're going to take your little chocolate bunny or whatever and put him inside here and take some ribbon. I'm going to take the Tahitian tied ribbon. Once my bunny's in there, I didn't seal the sides here. I just slid the bunny in, wrapped this Tahitian tied ribbon around and tied it. I put the bunny in first, but for the example, I don't happen to have the chocolate open. I used all my chocolates because I made a ton of these. Because Easter's coming, I was like, oh, these are going to be so fun. I can already tell my mom's going to be all over this. She loves these things. All right, so that's going to hold everything together, so there's no need to. If you want to put a little adhesive to strap that front flap down, you can. And then I just tied on, I had stamped this in the matching Tahitian tied color, and you can just tie that on as well. So we've got our tag on there, and then I took those matching in colored dots and added a little bit of embellishment. I did all coordinating, but again, you can do something different if you want to do something different. Put on the matching Tahitian tied dots there, or whichever color I used. And that's the first bunny box. This is the baby bunny box. So that is box number 1. I have 3 different ones to share today. I was going a little bunny crazy. All right, so that's the first one. It was the in color treat holders. Next up, I'm going to do a tag punch box. And I guess you could call this a tag punch box too, because we did use a tag for the edge of those cuties. Okay, so for the next one, let me bring out my little bowl again. So we just did these little in color ones in the front. Now we're going to do this one. And I will tell you, I used a retire when I originally designed this one. I used the sale. It was called Celebrations Tag Die. I think it was in the last mini catalog. And after I made a whole bunch of them, I was gonna share how to make them, and I realized the die retired. And then I realized you really don't need the die to make these. Actually, they're just as easy to make without the die. So the original ones might have a slightly different scallop top than I'm going to share with you, but again, just shows how you can do so many different things with it. All right, so for these, and it's these 3 right here that I'm sharing how to make now. They're medium sized, so I've got little, medium, and then these are the last ones I'll share are slightly larger. I would say, what, about 4 inches? They're cute. I've got the little lint bunnies in here, but again, anything small like that will work. And I used the designer paper on these. I used on both the medium and the larger ones, so you can make matching stuff. Matchy. So for that, I've got flowers and more. I'll share that with you really quick. This is a host. And Stampin' Up! If you have orders over $150, or if you're in a club, like I have a VIP club, highly recommend, check that out. And you get host rewards. Those are combined rewards. You can get free you get free products pretty much. And they also have exclusive product that you can choose from, or you can choose anything. But this is an exclusive product that you can only get with Stampin' Rewards. It's called Flowers and More. You can see it's a huge pack of double-sided paper. And the designs were great for spring. They were perfect for this. So that was, oh, that's not showing up at all. Can't even see my handwriting there. It's Flowers and More is what the name of it is. So that's what I'm going to be using, because there was so many great patterns that worked for spring. So these are the tag, I call them tag punch boxes. So for this one, we've got 7.5 by 2 3/4, and I'm using polished pink. Now, the last in colors that I just brought out and shared are not retiring. This polished pink is retiring. This is from the retiring collection of in colors, and it matched that. How pretty is this paper? Isn't it awesome? Yes, there are lint chicks too. Actually, I have. I'll get to those in a minute. Sherry's talking about the little, aren't they adorable? Right? Yeah, so I do have links to where you can get their sheep too. There's sheep and there's little eggs. There's a whole pack of little lint friends, bunnies, chicks, sheep, and eggs. So I do have that link on the project page if you're interested in those. Okay, so for this, we're going to score. Bring out my little handy dandy score at 3 1/4 and 4 1/4. I'm just going to move this out of the way. Oh, see, Sherry just learned her new thing today too. She missed that Flowers and More paper altogether. It's gorgeous. It's in the very back of the mini catalog. This one's in the January to April mini catalog. Okay, so that's basically the box. So, I mean, you really could end it here if you want to do quick and easy, simple designs. But of course, I want to take it to the next level and give it a nice fancy top. So I'm using the pillow box dies for the fancy top on this one. I'm just going to back you out just a hair here so you can you get a little bit better view. I am going to use the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and we're going to cut this, just the scallop top. And here's a fun thing, if you wanted to. Actually, let's do that. So these little things cut out inside here for this pretty pillow box die. Let's use one. I didn't use one on my original, but I think, hey, why the heck not? How fun will that be? Okay. So we're going to do some die cutting. I'll bring that in, and I'm going to cut the edge just like I did with the punch. I'm going to slide only the part that I'm cutting right through here. I feel like I want to just zoom in a little bit so you guys can see just a little bit. That kind of went out a little bit too far. There. Okay. So I'm only putting through the top edge that I want cut. So I'm kind of using this as an edgelet. And then that little piece that I took out, this cuts holes for your ribbons. Perfect, right? Oh my gosh. I wish I had thought of that, but when I made the original, I'm learning something new today. Okay, so then we're going to cut that. I want to do that on both sides. Ta-da! So we've already got our ribbon holes all ready to rock and roll. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, so you don't even need a hole punch. Just going to slide that in case you weren't aware, your die cut machine is an ambi turner. You can put your paper in either way. I don't do too many in-person classes anymore, but when I used to, when people first got started, that was a very big question. So if you're first starting and you get your first die cut machine, you're like, oh, which way does it go? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can go either way. And actually, I usually do both because, you know, I'll send it through one way like this, and I'm going to send it through the other way. So you can be a lefty or a righty. Oh, Sherry, rocking your world this morning. She says, I never saw these dies before either. Yeah, they're super cute. I actually have 2 sets of them because that's what happens when you like something so much you accidentally buy it twice. Has anyone ever done that? Oh my gosh. I know I shouldn't be admitting these things, but I do it too. But I'm not sorry I do it because I like this die a lot. That's the pretty pillow box and I use it a lot. So sometimes it's handy to have the two when I'm doing that because then I can make like twice as many at a time. Okay. So there's our little box. We've got the scallop little top and the holes that we just cut with a little insert line up. So when we put the ribbon in it, it's going to be perfect. Next, I'm going to show you another little trick. All right. I'm using a lot of punches today. I was punch happy. Again, you can use whatever you have on hand. The last project, I just used this Label Me Lovely punch. I'm going to be using this on the next one. For the words on this one, I used the double oval punch. Punched out the words and then the designer series paper, and I matched whatever paper I'm going to use for this part I'm going to share next. These are, they're back. They're back. I love a comeback, especially when it's circle punches. So this is now available again. We used to sell them. We stopped selling them. We had circle dies, which are great too. But boy, I missed the circle punches. So I was super happy to see 1 3/4 and 2 inches back. Now this is a perfect thing to do with scraps of your designer series paper. Another question I get asked all the time. What do I do with all these scraps of designer series paper? Oh, Lisa, I love you. She's like, how many times can I order something twice? Yeah, exactly, right? But, you know, sometimes it becomes a gift for somebody else. But in the Pretty Pillow Box case, I kept them both because I use them both. So I'm taking the smaller of the 2 circle punches. I'm going to punch out. So that's 1 3/4. I'm going to punch out the circle. I found it's important to do the smaller one first if you're going to do this trick. Next, I'm using the larger one, and I'm going to line it up over that and create a frame over what we just punched out. So line that up, and then boom, punch that out. So now I've got a frame, and I've got the circle. I'm going to use all of it on this. Whoops. Sorry, I went the wrong way with that. I wanted to just zoom in. I meant to go that way. I did not mean to brighten up. Hey, we all want our day brightened, don't we? Oh, I put that away. I wasn't done with it. One side of these, you're going to want to punch the 1 3/4 circle punch out of the center. And I just eyeballed that. So that's a smaller of the 2. The other thing I did on my example, I'm not going to do it now, but you guys, it's an optional if you want to do it, was I embossed the front. This is the new Basics 3D embossings. It has this really cool crosshatch, which I think is going to become my new favorite die. So I embossed the background of the front with that. Totally optional, totally up to you, but I thought that looked cool too. I'm not going to do it on this one. We're just going to go basic. In case somebody doesn't have that, you can see how great it looks without it. Oh, Darlene, they were using we had the circle dies, and everybody loves dies. Everybody wants dies. So they swapped out the punches for the layering circle dies, which are, I mean, the layering circle dies are awesome. Don't get me wrong. They're great, but I want both. And I think they hurt us. So I'm just going to put a little adhesive. Her question was, why did it take them so long to bring back the circle punches? And that was my answer. I don't know what the real answer is, but that was mine. Okay, so just a little something on the front there. But then I also took this. I didn't want to waste that little circle we just punched out. And I put that on the inside just to add a little something pretty on the inside when we stick our little chick in there. So that's kind of like his little backdrop, right? And then for ribbon, oh, well, I don't think I have the ribbon that I originally brought. So we're going to use, this is some of the ink color that I happen to have handy. And let's find a little chick. Or a bunny. Okay. So these are the bunnies, the lint bunnies that I used. Okay. Debbie's happened to be using that crosshatch folder while she's watching. So I'm going to take the little bunny. Cute little bunny. I'm going to stick him right here. I used Stampin' Dimensionals to stick down the chocolates. I didn't want to move them around. Having a hard time finding a pack. I didn't want to move it around in there. I wanted them to be stuck there for good. So, and also, I wanted them to kind of be framed in the middle of the box, of the circle there. And sometimes the circle, like he was lost a little bit in that circle, depending on how high you punch it. So the dimensionals kind of lift him up. They give him it's like platform shoes. They give him a little lift. Just that little lift. Short people know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So we've got our little bunny in there, and then we're just going to take the ribbon. I use crinkle white on the originals. For this one, we're going to use in color. This is a Sweet Sorbet Glimmer, which is kind of cool. Kind of goes kind of nicely, actually. Who knew? I did not expect that. And that just threads through the holes that we punched with that cool little insert punch that goes with the Pretty Pillow Box dies. Boy, I feel like I have butterfingers this morning. I almost want to put a little seal adhesive to attach. Let's do that so I can show you. Just to keep that from moving on me while I'm trying to put the ribbon together. There. So just line that up. Now that will hold it so I don't have to keep fighting with it. So then let's try that again. That should work a lot easier. There's another trick for the day. There was just a little bit of seal adhesive to hold the box together while you're tying that ribbon so it doesn't move around on you. I think you could do the narrow ribbon. Always is easier to pull through than a wider ribbon. But I used the crinkle ribbon on the originals, which was a little bit wider. It looked really good too. So we've got our ribbon. I'll trim it down. I'll put a little tag on that. Again, I used that Celebrating You stamp set for the words for all of these, even the ones that weren't Easter related. And next up, well, we'll go back to that. We'll circle back to that. Okay. So that was these boxes. So these are my little tag boxes. So when we're done, there's a couple. This is like a birthday one. We got like an Easter one. And then I did some different designs. So I did some in some different colors there. So you can kind of see them. Super cute, right? Really adorbs. Love them. And next, we are going to go with the last box. And the last box is the tent box. Got my little collection here. So the tent boxes, I had super fun with these. I made a little platform inside so that the chocolate would stand up in the circle. Super easy to make. Now I use the same designer series paper so you can see they match. If you want to do matchy-matchy, I use the same designer series paper on the tent box. You can see it's a little bit bigger. On these, I use the Playing in the Rain designer series paper. I want to show you the pattern that I used here with the Playing in the Rain designer paper. This one I think we did a whole episode on that, so I won't spend too much time on it. But Playing in the Rain is super fun. Behind me, I happen to have, this was a class I did, I think it was 2 months ago, where I took the same designer series paper that I'm going to use on these, and I made a shadow box out of it with the characters from the design. How cute, right? Super cute. And if you're not familiar with that paper, let me just share it really quick. This is Playing in the Rain. These are, it's specialty paper, so we've got a little sheen on it. This is the paper that I'm going to use. And I'm using the middle for one, but that leaves the top and the bottom. So I'll show you how you can use these sections to continue creating them without any waste, or with very little waste. So, cute little guys in here. This is all part of a suite. So much fun. Just really quickly, we got the umbrellas and the sheen. Oh, very, very cute. Okay. Put this back up. I love it. It makes me happy. Every time I come in here, I see that and it makes me happy. All right, so this is the third of the boxes, and this is the tent box, the tent treat box. I feel like, there we go. I feel like the camera wasn't focusing. So I'm going to show you a couple tricks with this one. I know, I'm all into the tricks this morning, all into tips and tricks. So I pre-cut some of this, but not all of it, because I wanted to share a couple of things. So I've got the designer paper, and I'll share cutting the designer paper and some tricks on how to get the most out of the designer paper. But first, let's cut the box part. And that's if you're using this or a similar designer paper that you want to utilize. Because if you're just using a plain pattern designer paper, you just cut it normally. It's fine. But where you have one that you want to line up, I'll show you some tricks. This is an 8.5 by 11 sheet of balmy blue cardstocks. Sue's chiming me. She's like, you've already done 2 boxes. It's been 30 minutes. I know. And I spent the first 5 minutes talking about what we were doing. Sweet. Yeah. That's how quick and easy these go. And when you're, come back, blurry camera, silly camera. And really, they go so fast and they're so fun. You could totally do this for a lot. If I was doing all the same design, I'd just be doing assembly line. So I'm taking this. It's 3 inches by 11 for 1 box. And I just mentioned assembly line, so I'm going to share a trick with you if you are creating a bunch of these boxes. Take your cardstock, instead of cutting it at the 3 mark, put it all the way through to the 6 mark. And this is on the short side, and cut it. Okay, so we're going to have this piece, it will be left over. We'll save that for another project. So I've got 6 by 11 inches here. It's going to make 2 boxes. I'm going to move up to my scoring blade, and I'm going to turn this. The score lines, pull out our arm here because we're going to need it. The score lines on this one are 4 inches. It does. It is a little faster when I'm not explaining it and talking and gabbing and answering questions. And it's so true, but it's not nearly as fun. It's so much more fun when I'm creating with you guys. So that was 4, 8, 9, and 10. So 9 and 10. I'll leave that there because I'm not quite done with it. Okay, so if you're doing assembly line, this is for if you're making more than one of the same box. This is a little trick to go even faster, to make them even quicker. Just want to make sure your score lines are burnished really good. Always when you're doing 3Ds, you want to burnish. I think it makes a big difference. Okay. So we've got 6 by 11. Now we're going to cut it in half. Boom. 2 boxes in 1. Sweet, right? So if you were only making 1 box, do 3 by 11. But if you're doing an assembly line, there's a little tip on how to do them even quicker. And believe me, these are very quick and easy boxes to make. Okay, so the next thing we're going to, I just put that away, but we don't want to put it away yet. The next thing we're going to do is designer series paper. Now, if you're using just a regular pattern, and for the inside I am doing just a regular pattern, you can just cut them. The cuts on these are on that free PDF, and you can download that on my blog. There's a link in the video description, or go to stampwithtami.com. So these designer papers here, they're for the inside. 3 3/4 by 2 3/4, and I've got 3 here for 3 boxes. Pulling that paper trimmer right back again because I don't know what I was thinking, putting it away. We're going to make 2 boxes because I want to share. If you were doing a pattern such as the Playing in the Rain that I'm about to do, this is a tip on how to get the most out of your paper, because the first one I want to use is this one, right? But we don't want to waste the top and the bottom. So I'm going to go 2 3/4. And then from the bottom for this one, oops, we're going to go 3 3/4 is that. So 2 3/4 by 3 3/4 is the measurement I want, right? There's 1. There's 2. And this was the one I originally wanted to go for, but I'm going to show you how to get that out of the other pieces too. Because I want you to use all of your cardstock. And I want there to be, this is all the only waste that's on this, and I'm pretty sure I can use this on another project. All right. Now we're done with the paper trimmer. No, we're not. We're not. So this is for 1 box. But in order to get this very similar design and not waste the paper, I'm going to cut these two in half. And I meant to write down the half measurement, and I didn't because I'm a dope, and it's 3 3/4. So what's that, 1 7/8? I believe it's close enough. Okay, so here we go. Boom. And I betcha, unless I point this out, you don't even notice the difference, right? So that's this one, right? And then this box I made with the two together. So just a trick there. If you're using paper like this to get the most out of it, there's one way to cut your paper. Okay, now we're done with this. Woo. Let's go ahead and attach our paper. I'll make two. I'll make one of each so you guys can see them go together. Thank you, Joanne. Don't forget to give those thumbs up. I love you. It does mean a lot to me. And it also means a lot that, you know, you'll get to see the videos more often. You know, I don't want you to miss the classes. So box number 1. This is going to be my front. So I've got my scores on the bottom. We'll go ahead and stick that right there on the front. And then box number 2, we're going to put 2 pieces of paper on it because I'm lining up the 2. We're doing a little magic show here. Just line those up. So now we've got 2, and then we want to put on the inside, and I've pre-cut these for the insides. Now the inside, so you think your box is going to fold like this. So this is going to be the inside. And I want the raindrops to look like they're going down. Not that it matters because you're not going to really see them too much. They're really just kind of going to be some ambiance in the background. But just think your box is going to stand up like this. So I want my raindrops to go down in that direction. And if they defy gravity, I bet you nobody notices. Just in case you do them upside down. Okay, so next we're going to take, and I believe I did the 2-inch circle punch on this one. So again, punch heavy today, using a lot of punches, having some fun with the punches. I use stylish shapes on my original boxes. And then I realized that I think I used the 2-inch one. I realized after that the punch here, the punches, these new punches are the same size. I was like, I don't even need to use the dies. I can just punch them out. So I suppose you could do either the 2-inch or the 1-inch. You could go either way there. Let's see. I'm going to go line that up in the middle. Now, keep in mind, this tent folds like this. So you want to make sure that your circle doesn't go below an inch. Here, that's an inch. So you want to make sure that your first line starts kind of up here. So kind of just use that as a guide when you're cutting. Otherwise, you'll see a little bit of that fold, a little bit of the platform in the background. So then, and just to show you there. So that's going to fold up like that. So that's the first one. I'm going to go ahead and cut the second one. And again, I'm kind of going to look just to make sure. I want it to kind of go above here. I know I'm just eyeballing it, but if you wanted to do a little pencil line where it's going to get punched out, you could do that too. If you wanted to make yourself a little guide. All right. So next up, we have some assembly. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use Seal Plus for the assembly on these, but tear tape. I don't think the regular seal is quite strong enough for this part. I think you want something a little bit stronger than that. So I put it on, just so you can see, I put the seal on that first. And remember, this is a tent and I'm creating a platform. I'm creating a platform so we can display our cute little chocolate bunny. So then this piece is going to attach like this. So we want the adhesive on the outside here. And that's going to go down. And that creates the tent for the box. That's it. So for this one, just to kind of show you, I'm going to flip it over. Okay. We're going to put the adhesive on the back side. Okay. So the back side adhesive is going to go on the top, skip the middle, and the bottom. Okay. So you can see adhesive here and here, no adhesive in the middle. So first we're going to fold that up. And then that's going to fold down, creating the platform, or the tent with the platform. Okay, and those are our two boxes. And then I'm going to put the bunny in the middle. The other thing I wanted to share really quickly using these punches, because it's a punch kind of day. I'm punching everything today. Punchy, punchy. And that is, I'm using the Label Me Fancy punch for the tag on this one. And that one's got a cute little cool thing on that. So let's go ahead and punch it first. Yes, no, yeah. We'll stamp it first. Whatever, it doesn't matter what order you do it in. Stamp our Happy Easter. Using the balmy blue so it matches, because matchy matchy. And just going to line that up in the back of the punch. This one, see this, and this, those are for your ribbons. There's a slot and there is a single hole punch. So you can choose which one you want to use. And that punches your hole. So now you can put your ribbon through it and you can tie it on the box and you can put a couple little dimensionals on the bottom of your bunny and what? All done, right? There's box number 3. So those are the 3 boxes. I have, this was, I do have a couple other designs that I did with this one, but hang tight because I have some more Easter stuff to share. I'll share the different variations that I did in each one here. There's the little chickie Sherry was talking about. I made a birthday, it could be a birthday or celebrate. It could be graduation gifts too. It could be other things. So that was one. I did Fresh Freesia there in that same designer series paper, the Flowers and More. This was the Playing in the Rain that I just made. And then this is the Flowers and More, different design. And I did some fun stuff on the inside there too. And then there's another one that I used the Celebrate You. So the words all come from an all occasion set. So you could make these today for Easter. You can make them tomorrow for your birthday party. You could make them again in May for the graduation party. You could make them with the Christmas paper for Christmas fevers for the table. And then we've got, these were the second ones we did here, the different variations I did. So these two are matchy matchy. They used the same paper and the same colors. And then these two are matched. So if you want to match your little boxes, just use the same paper. Use the same paper design for the matchy matchy. Again, there is a free PDF on my blog that you can download. And then the originals that we did were my in color little treat holders. So cute, right? So cute. So you'll find that free instructions for you. I also listed everything I used in case you love one of the things that you saw here and want to get it. And in addition, there's a lot of photos. Hang tight though. I'm not done. Really quickly, these are coming up this week on my blog. Oh, sorry, my mic seems to be creeping again. I am playing. Easter's coming. Easter's coming on the blog, right? So starting today, and don't forget to get all those Easter ideas and inspiration from the Stampin' group. When you go to the blog post to download the PDF, you're going to want to enter the giveaway, and then you're going to want to check out all of the other great projects from the Stampin' group. And then coming up next this week on my blog is some Easter Bunny inspirations. So I've got a cute little, we sell these little die cut boxes, cute little bunny box there. Another little favor box that you can put together. You can put a little grass and put little chocolates or treats or trinkets in there. Okay, and then here we've got This is triple time bunnies. Super cute, right? Super cute. So fun. And then, are you ready for this? Oh my gosh, I cannot stand this. This one, too much fun. Okay, so this one, we're rocking it, right? Okay, so this one, I combined the bunny, the Easter bunny, with the Enjoy the Rhythm set. This one's for your teenagers. You rock my Easter. Oh my God, right? Stop it. I made that I put 2 word sets together to make that saying, but I was like, how cute is that? I was thinking, my kids are getting older, so the cutesy ones aren't as fun for them and I was like, oh, I got to make one that they're going to love. And this is it's a angled easel fold. I think a twisted easel fold. I promise I will have instructions. I believe I have a video for this one too coming. And I'll share, there's some other little tips and tricks on how I made the bunnies, because I did do a couple little things there. So have a rockin' Easter, because you're rocking my Easter. So look for these instructions and tutorials coming up on my blog this week. That is the end of the bunny boxes. Can you believe that? Oh my gosh, so quickly. And if you love everything you see here and you want more, you're inspired and want more, join my VIP online club. I would love to have you. I have lots of I do free classes every month that are exclusive for my Stampin' demonstrator group or my VIP club. They both get free access to it. They both get the free classes. They get bonuses. They get, when I do my kits, they get discounts, and you get a free take your pick tool when you join, and everybody wants that. And this month's paper pumpkin kit, it's a subscription kit, looks pretty amazing. I know that says last day, but that is incorrect. This is not the last day. You have until April 10th to subscribe to all the little things. And it looks like it's going to be an amazing box. I have paper pumpkin projects coming as well over the next week. So alternates from March's kit. And I had a lot of fun playing with that one. So stay tuned for paper pumpkin alternates. Stay tuned for the Easter projects coming, and have lots of fun making these adorable little Easter bunny boxes. And don't forget to take that blog hop tour and enter to win our giveaway. And I will look forward to seeing you. I believe Linda and I will be back this week on Thursday with the Stampin' Scoop Show. We have some important information and a ton of ideas to share with you. And I'll be sharing how to make a fun fold that you guys requested. So stay tuned for that. Thanks so much for joining me today. Oh, I don't know. Maybe we should hang around a little bit longer. When technology just doesn't agree with you, sometimes you just want to hang out. Let's hang out and play some more. All right, I'm kidding. Have a wonderful weekend.